What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be ranking the Nintendo Switch years. We're probably at the last few phases of the Switch, and I believe that this year is going to be the final year of the Switch in general. And unless I do one for 2025, but that's going to be debatable. But we're going to be ranking all the Switch years based on my pure enjoyment. I've been wanting to do this one for quite a while now. So yeah, I'm glad I finally get to do this. And yeah, this is just overall my personal opinion of each year and stuff. And yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So yeah. I guess if I want to mention 3DS games, I'll probably mention them if it's worth talking about. But who knows. Alright, so starting this off with 2017. This is like almost everyone's favorite year, and for good reasons, honestly. We have a good... Now, launch title is Breath of the Wild, of course, which, even though I don't really talk about Zelda much, it's such an impactful game for a reason. Of course, we had Super Mario Odyssey being another highlight, being one of my favorite Mario games ever. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, even though it was a port, it's a fun game for all it is. We have Mario plus Rabbids, which I really love. I really love Mario Rabbids, honestly. You don't know. I honestly love that more than most Mario RPG titles. Check out my ranking, by the way. Of course, we had some interesting, like, 1-2 Switch. I didn't even get that because who cares? Ours was kind of neat concept, I will admit. And then some 3DS stuff. Okay, I will bring up games that, like, other consoles you can get, like Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania was a great game, so yeah. And Splatoon 2! I love Splatoon, been a big fan of Splatoon, so yeah. Overall, 2017 was a strong start to the Switch alone, so obvious S tier. Next up we have is 2018, I should probably say that a little slower. This has been the more divisive year, in my opinion. It's basically the wait for Smash Bros. Year, and that's kind of what it is, honestly. We did have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze ported, which probably, well, and also Mario Rabbids DLC, which, that alone, I think I prefer a lot. You know, having DK content is great, so yeah. We got, of course, obviously Smash Bros. We had Kirby Star Allies, which was fine. I honestly didn't mind the game, despite what people say. Mario Tennis Aces, which was cool, but I don't really care about Mario Tennis anymore. Got some Bayonetta titles, which I wasn't a Bayo fan back then, but now that I've played the series, I can respect that more. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker game ported was great. That's a very underrated game. We had Super Mario Party, which was okay, I guess. I'm pretty critical towards it, but I don't straight up hate it. Overall, 2018 was pretty divisive with Smash and stuff, and also there was some 3DS stuff like Luigi's Mansion 1 remake and WarioWare Gold. So there were some highlights, but yeah, it was a fine year, not the worst thing ever. I think I will put this in C at best, probably. It was fine. It's just more or less waiting for Smash. That's all. Alright, next up is 2019. 2019 was a very interesting year, to say the least. This was honestly one of my favorite years, for sure, honestly. Luigi's Mansion 3 being a highlight alone. One of my favorite video games ever. And then Link's Awakening Remake, which was pretty cool. Mario Maker 2 being a nice one. Yoshi's Crafted was okay, I guess. Astral Chain was there. I didn't beat Astral Chain. I probably should. And then there was Pokemon, which you either loved or you hated. It was overall a great year with some variety, so I'll give it respect. 2019 goes in the A tier. I used to have it as my favorite, but that was probably because of Luigi's Mansion. But yeah. Alright, 2020. Oh boy, the COVID year. This has honestly been a year that most people, yeah, it's COVID. What do you expect? But it wasn't completely empty. We had 3D All-Stars, we had Paper Mario Origami King, which was cool. Animal Crossing, I'm not really a big Animal Crossing fan. We had Xenoblade that year, which I got into Xenoblade, by the way. Pokemon, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I almost forgot to mention. That's also how I got to Pikmin. So, 2020, despite that year, I don't know. I think some people do compare it to 2019. I'm going to be real. This is easily the worst year. Some people say 2018's worse, but at least I had something to play. And also, there was Donkey Kong that year, so I'll give it respect. 2020 barely had Donkey Kong, so yeah, 2018 is better, but that's just not saying much. Either way, yeah, 2020. You know what? I'll put this in COVID year. COVID year. Yeah. Easily my least favorite year of the Switch, for reasons, obviously, but still. There were some cool highlights like Sephiroth and Steve in Smash, but yeah, and Min Min, I guess. I guess. Alright, next up we have is 2021. So this is when the year was like Nintendo was starting to bounce back up, honestly. Also, Pyro jump scare. We have Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury, which was a pretty nice one, and 3D World overall is a great game. Amazing game. We had some Smash reveals being like Pyramithra in Smash, Kazuya Mishima in Smash, and Sora in Smash, which are pretty... Well, 2 of them I do enjoy, the other one not so much. Miitopia on Switch was a nice surprise, honestly. I really love that game, honestly. Mario Golf Super Rush was definitely one of the Mario sports games ever made. Metroid Dread being one of the biggest highlights of that year. Basically my game of the year. I'm glad that happened. And of course we had Mario Party Superstars, which was also really fun. And also we got WarioWare Get It Together, which I really enjoyed. I don't really care about Pokemon, honestly, so there's that. Overall, I say this year was pretty good. Bouncing back up, honestly, so not alone. I honestly give this an A tier. Alright, next up we have is 2022. This was definitely a pretty more divisive year. Because when you look back, let's talk about it first of all. We had some DLC stuff like Mario Kart. My nose is not the greatest, as you can tell. We had Kirby in the Forgotten Land, which is one of my favorite platforming games. We had Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which was... I haven't played it yet, but I'm sure that'll be amazing when I play it, hopefully. Bayonetta 3, despite the controversies, I really enjoyed the gameplay. Splatoon 3 being one of my favorites. Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope being one of my favorite games, regardless of what Twitter says. And then we had, like... Yeah, and then there was, like, Pokemon Legends, which was pretty good. But then there's been some stinkers, like fucking Switch Sports and Mario Strikers. I really used to be excited for that game. I'm so disappointed. But if you ignore those 2 okay mid games, then yeah, honestly, I really loved 2022. Honestly, though, when you play other games than just those 2, when you are arguing over a Mario soccer game, a $60 Mario soccer game with no content, yeah, it was honestly great. So I put this in A tier. But don't worry, we got a banger year right here. 2023, man. I don't know if it's controversial. I honestly think I prefer this year over 2017. Literally, I feel like there was just something for me to play. Pikmin 4 being my favorite game that year. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Super Mario RPG Remake, which I'm still surreal, happened, honestly. Pikmin ports. We got another Bayonetta game, which was pretty neat. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe being like my preferred way to play that game. Metroid Prime Remastered. Tears of the Kingdom, of course. Oh man, this was honestly a fantastic year. Probably my favorite year of the Switch in general. There was WarioWare Move It, which was fun. I guess I was a little too harsh too. I think it's a neat little game, despite what I say about it. Overall, I think this is my favorite year of the Switch. This goes in S tier easily. And last but certainly not least, 2024. This was basically the wait for Switch 2 year, which, of course, this was basically like the calm before Switch 2 basically year. We had Paper Mario Thousand Year Door Remake, which was basically the one of the highlights. Zelda got another game. We had Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I guess. Peach Showtime was neat too, I guess. Some other games like Narcos and Endless Ocean I haven't played yet, but I'm sure there's an audience for those. We got Mario Party Jamboree and Mario Luigi Brothership and other stuff. So overall, while this year was more laid back, honestly, compared to other Switch years, I say it was fair enough. This was way better than 2016. 2016 had literally nothing I can remember aside from Kirby playing robots, Paper Mario Color Splash, I guess? Like, I can't remember much that happened that year, honestly, so... Yeah. Oh, I guess technically Paper Jam happened, but that was like early on, 2015. Anyway, I give it a B tier. Definitely better than what people expected, despite being more calm. Anyway, that's basically my ranking. I cannot wait for the Switch 2. I'm so ready for a new console, my god. Thank you guys for watching. What's your favorite year of the Switch? Most people are probably gonna say 2017, but I'm curious to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Later, folks.